Yes, hello, good evening. This is the Benson Media, and today is a Saturday. We are blessed to have this opportunity to continue the conversation. Of course, as usual, we just want to have a discussion on what has been happening in the political environment. We've seen quite a number of things, and I'm joined by my co-host Miguda here at the here. Before I give him a chance to say hi, allow me to welcome all our viewers and to tell them that they should feel at home. Those of you will be watching now and those of you will be watching later, feel free to like. And if you're watching for the first time, kindly subscribe and we'll really appreciate. Miguda, I'll give you a chance to say hi.
Uh,
Okay, I think
how are you, Makobura? How are you doing? I hope you are fine. I'm also doing fine and also grateful. I hope also our viewers are also doing fine wherever they are. I just want to welcome each and everyone to the show so that we can have a very meaningful discussion.
uliingia vizuri lakini sijui nini imefanyika, umepotea tena. We can't see you, so maybe you can try. You can log out and then try coming back again.
You will see me in the next. I think let's proceed. I'm making it.
Okay, yeah. So today we just want to discuss what happened the other day. We saw the former deputy president, Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, host quite a number of politicians at his home in Kitui County in Sekuru. And of course, more of what they were discussing is about politics of 2027 and the coalition that they want to move with forward towards the next general election. In that particular meeting, of course, the chief guest was Rigathi Gachagua. And we also saw quite a number of leaders, including Eugene Wamalo. We saw the former cabinet secretary in charge of agriculture in the government of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. What was his name? I'm forgetting his name. What is his name, Miguda?
Peter Munya.
Yeah, Peter Munya was also there, among other leaders. And of course, they gave the opinion and what they thought. Of course, it was a heated political debate. And so that is what part of what we want to discuss tonight. And not forgetting the tour of the president in the two counties of Nyanza region, that is Kisumu County, where he launched quite a number of projects. And we also saw him handing over some affordable housing projects which were complete. After that, he went to Homabay, where he also did promise quite a number of things. Some of those were, of course, expansion of road infrastructure and also building some key infrastructural, doing some key infrastructural activities. But of course, we are going to dwell more on the Homabay tour because of, it's been the conversation that the people are having on the social media platform. And of course, we saw quite a number of people from Homabay also commenting and saying that for the first time they're going to have Madaraka in Homabay, and that Madaraka the celebration which is going there has enlightened them and also even exposed Homabay. And out of that, they've received quite a number of projects, expansion of quite a number of roads, and also tarmacking of roads within the city of Homabay and also in other parts of the region. Yeah, so I welcome all of you. That is what we want to have a look at tonight. Before we proceed, allow me to acknowledge the presence of Gypsy Corner, the comment section. Thank you so much, Gypsy Corner. I can also see our Gen Z leader, Judith Karitha, in the comment section. Uh, I can also see Rainy Relaxation. Thank you so much. And Rain is saying, watching live from Austria. Good conversation. Thank you so much, Rainy, for joining us. And to everyone who is watching, if maybe you've not subscribed, we kindly request you to subscribe because it is a way of supporting us and we'll really, really appreciate. Yeah, so Mr. Miguda, first, what is your take on the meeting that happened in Sekuru, particularly the conversation that were there? Of course, okay, there's a comment here from Gypsy Corner. We'll get into that in a few. Yeah, so Miguda, we wanted to start with this of Sekuru, and it was a heated meeting or conversation that was going on over there. And remember, Rigathi Gachagua was being welcomed at Kitui with Kalonzo Musyoka, and all they were saying is unity. And of course, they were saying that their main agenda is sending William Samoei Ruto home, partly among others. And so I want to give you what are the good things, for example, in your opinion, that the union between Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, and the likes are going to give the people of Kenya. What is your take?
Thank you, Makobura, for giving this opportunity to respond to your question. First, I'd also like to join you in welcoming our viewers in the comment section. And with that, now I am not privileged to access my screen, but I wish everybody on the comment section. First, I want to wish them pre-Madaraka Day because you understand tomorrow we are at Homabay and we will be there. Actually, I will be attending, the way I said, and I will be attending no matter what. The issue of the two people coming together, not the two people necessarily, but also the party leaders from DCP and Wiper, they have decided to join hands. But there were so many party leaders in the meeting. The unity for them is good because, like we have said before, it is good for people to be united, even if they are going to lose elections or win. Let us not try to limit people's participation into politics. It is not limited to President William Ruto. That is the absolute party leader and is the absolute president and absolute ruler. Therefore, other people should keep off from politics. Politics is not for specific people, that it is only the Ruto and Raila who must play politics. So other people also can play politics. And also we understand what we have said before, that nature upholds no vacuum. The fact that Raila has joined the government and Raila is currently working with William Ruto, you understand, it's very clear that the opposition has been taken on by people like Rigathi Gachagua and other people. Therefore, in my view, that unity is very important. And we need a strong opposition as a country because without strong opposition, we can wake up one day and find our country in the hands of the wrong people. That's why it's very important for people to get strong position, to be united, to include everybody. In my view, that's a very good political assembly, and that's the way it should be. We should not interfere with the people's democratic right to assemble. Back to you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Miguda, for that opinion. But I'd like us to get deeper into it, and particularly, if you saw the call, the clarion call in that particular meeting, of course, they were speaking about the strategies that they're having to ensure that they send William Ruto home. And so my question to you is, remember, the president is currently serving his first term, and of course is interested in getting or going for the second term. And remember, again, we are in Africa, and more of what we've always seen is when a politician who is a sitting president wants to retain his position, they can go overboard and ensure that they do anything they can do to ensure that they occupy that particular seat. So, what is your take in this matter? Do you think regarding Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, and the team has what it takes as things stands? And of course, considering the circumstances and everything, political circumstances, do you think that team has the capability of ensuring that they send the president home come 2027? That is one. And then number two, being that we are seeing a union of politicians who are all vying for a presidential seat. Of course, the other day, there was a clarion call from the supporters of Rigathi Gachagua that he should go for the presidential seat, but then he backed down. And then, of course, we understand Kalonzo Musyoka has been consistently wanting to occupy that particular seat. We have quite a number of politicians who are also mentioned, the likes of Dr. Matiang'i. We have the likes of Natembeya. We have the likes of Eugene Wamalwa. My question to you is, with these politicians coming from different, background, and of course having their own background supporters, all of them trying to force them to go for presidential bid, are we going to see an easy conversation among these politicians in terms of who they are going to support in their final decision, the person is going to go for presidency? You'll give us your take on that. And then something else that you're seeing, of course, there has been a conversation about Natembeya, whom after the arrest, he went back to Western and he traversed quite a number of counties. And, he was received with the multitude, a good crowd. And of course, remember, this is Kenya. Whenever politician, if any politician can pull quite a number of supporters, then it is always viewed as, they are the kingpin or they are coming up well. What is your take on, of course, Natembeya coming out to try to, get to understand the ground of Western region? And remember, he is coming from the party of Eugene Wamalwa. And of course, there has been conversations here and there that there could be a possibility that Natembeya is also charting his own way, being that when he was traveling or traversing the Western region, he was just alone. He was not joined by his party leader, Eugene Wamalwa. So you can give us your take on that, and then particularly back to the meeting that was there in Sekuru. There were quite a number of things that Rigathi Gachagua said, of course, about the government that he served before he left. And Gypsy Kone is somehow confusing me, but I'll get into her. I'll get into the conversation that is bringing over. Yeah, so there were some particular comments which came, of course, from Rigathi Gachagua. If you can remember him coming out to say that this government is full of corrupt activities. Of course, JB Muturi, the former AG, also came out and clarified his position and said very well that this government is not actually for the people. And according to him, he said that there are so many things which are being done illegally. Maybe you'll give us your take on that. Of course, they also commented about the president coming out during the breakfast prayer and saying that, asking for forgiveness, especially from the Gen Zs. According to JB Muturi, he was saying that that apology should be taken to Sugoi, according to him, and that the abductions which happened, they happened under the leadership of the president. And so for that reason, he was fully aware he should not come out and now say sorry. We also saw, of course, the former agriculture minister was also present over there, and they all spoke matters of politics and all those things that they thought would resonate with the people and also assist them in one way or another to get a larger crowd. So maybe what are your take on those matters? Okay, I think Miguda is not having a stable internet. Maybe before he comes back, allow me to read some few comments over here. Where Gypsy Corner is saying that I was shocked. Okay, we'll get into that in a few. I think Miguda is having a problem. Yeah. So, of course, to our viewers, this is Brother Benson Media. And here we say that your opinion counts. If you're watching us for the first time, kindly just give us a like and subscribe to the channel. If you do so, it is a way of supporting us and we'll really appreciate. And part of what we are having, discussion we are having now is, the meeting which took place in Kitui. And of course, Miguda was here. I asked him, I want to hear his opinion on what he thinks about that particular meeting in Sekuru. And of course, Kalonzo Musyoka joined with quite a number of leaders, of course, led by Gachagua, the former deputy president. We also saw the former AG. We also saw, yeah. So, Miguda, what is your take?
First, you have asked me about the issue of having different political leaders with different political parties and different backgrounds converging together. Is there a possibility that the supporters might also follow them because they are having different supporters from different backgrounds, different tribes, different regions? And how are they going to be united? Actually, we have been united before. You understand that it is one community, the other community, so maybe 3 to 4 or 2 that are likely to form the government. Like what has happened before, you understand that there was that agreement between Raila, Ruto and Uhuru, and they made it to presidency, the two communities, largest, that is the Kikuyus and the Kalejins. So if you have seen even small communities coming together, it's very important and good because they can make one unity that can lead to a formation of a certain thing. So do not dismiss them. And also the issue of Natembea being welcomed like a king. Some people are saying that he got a warm reception from the Western region, minus the company of DAP party leader, minus the company of the Salim Dabadi Wetangula. He was having a very massive crowd. I believe that because he was a victim, therefore he never needed any escort from the party leader or other person. He was the person who was being waited by the people, not the other people. So it was a one-man show whereby we expect him to run it by himself. There was no need for allowing the people to include the show of Natembea. Natembea also wanted to confirm to the people the fact that actually he is with the people, but I never trust politics because sometimes you can pull a huge crowd, but it does not translate into votes. You have understood the previously. We have seen many crowds in this country, but actually they are not translated into votes. So, but generally to speak, I just want to say that he has made a step because I think 3 years down the line, no one was talking about Natembea. People never knew about him other than being the county commissioner. But today he's making even headlines. He's being talked beyond Trans Nzoia, Mount Kenya, Kambani, even internationally. People discuss about the Trans Nzoia governor. So he has made a step, and the advice I can give to him is that let him keep off national politics and seek for the re-election to get second term. It's very important for him to get second term because by the time he's getting second term, it's also going to mark time and it's going to build him politically so that he can make a surprise come 2032. That is the advice to him. But the issue of the people who converge at Sekuru, the Kalonzo and the Rigathi factor, in my view, I just believe that the way I've just told you, the Gachagua is a first record on that coalition. Remember before Gachagua started getting engagement with other party leaders, the opposition was a bit silent. We were not getting too much from the opposition, actually. Kalonzo was just trying to push but not harder. But since Gachagua has come with the energy, with the synergy into the coalition, I think right now we are able to get some information, even if there are allegations or they are fact, but at least it has made opposition to be good, the way people used to enjoy it. And when I was doing my research, I found with young Kikuyus, when we were talking to them, they told me, hey, kumbe opposition inakuanga tamu tu hivi. Even the Wajaluo wanasema tamu. So I think he has made it to the Kikuyu nation to understand that Luos have been enjoying that position because it's very good to critique outside, not inside. And actually, I believe that now because he was impeached now, he got all the platform to do that job very correctly when he's outside. And that's why sometimes we want to understand that this is just politics. It's not something that you must put it in your heart or emotion. You should just understand that it's politics. It's a battle whereby you have to compete with your fellow opponent, but the best candidate must always win. So I believe that Gachagua has made opposition to be real, and we are getting the real opposition which we are used to. And there's no way Raila can't be in government and opposition at the same time. Raila is in government, and let him be there, and let Gachagua be in opposition and try. But do not worry about who will win or not. And I've been telling people, though people are saying Kumibila break or Ruto is undisputed, undefeated, and opposed. Me, I disagree. Ruto came from opposition and became the president. People have come from jail to president. People have come from even they can just pick you from anywhere to become president. So there's no monopoly that is the president cannot be. It can be removed actually, but it now depends the strategy of the opposition. Let them be tactful if they want to remove him, and also let them mobilize and engage people, and also let them ensure that they provide civic education to the civilians, because once civilians are educated on the right thing to do, I think they will have their way. And also let them also change the narrative that is going to resonate with the people so well. It's about narrative, how you are going to move the narrative to the people. What Ruto did previously, because the issue of narrative and the issue of asses and dynasties. That's how I believe that they are not making. I don't think that they are joking. Actually, they are trying. They are making some baby steps, and that's how people get into government. Because no one was born president, no one was born position leader. Who knew Gachagua could be where he is today? Ruto was never born a president. Ruto was just born in some village in the country, like you and me. But me, I was born not in the village anyway. So I believe that that is the way to go. You must ensure that you are everything's achievable. Me, I don't see whereby people trying to predict for you that it cannot be removed. It can be removed. At the same time, also, he can retain his seat depending on the strategy he's going to apply him as the head of the state. But mostly, the people in opposition usually have that force compared to the incumbency, because there's that burden of incumbency. If you're a president, there's that burden you are carrying, that the responsibility you have as a president to take care of the nation, to provide service to the people. So that burden. But in opposition, you understand, the only work for the opposition is to ensure that they critic. So their job is very easy. I think they are going to, and it's going to be a very intense political environment for the coming time.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Migud. Allow me to acknowledge the presence of Kenya Rebel at the comment section. I can see he's talking about how PSG is exciting. Maybe we'll get into that. Allow me to also acknowledge the presence of Wesley at in the comment section. Thank you so much, Wesley, for finding time to join us this evening. Really appreciate. Mr. Miguda, on the same topic, there are particular statements, of course, that are being used by Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, and their allies. And part of what they're saying is that, of course, their agenda is ensuring that they send William Samoei Ruto home, and they're saying that is corrupt. They're saying that he's mismanaging and misrunning the country. And my question to you is, of course, we know quite a number of them have been in the government. Rigathi himself was a deputy president the other day. Uh, Muturi was an AG the other day, and now they're coming out to to criticize and to also give, tell the people of Kenya quite a number of things that people are not even expecting, and how the bad things. They're exposing the bad things which are happening behind the scene. And the question that the people of Kenya are asking at this particular time is that, why is it that while they were inside, they kept mum, they were quiet, and now they're out and running all over the country, and particularly saying that the president did this, the president did this, and this is wrong, and this, if we are given the opportunity when we get there, we are going to ensure that there is no corruption. And that has been, for example, a conversation that has been had with quite a number of politicians. They're talking about how slow the president is in terms of handling development. They're also talking about, sub particular regions being targeted and not receiving what we call project. And remember, when Rigathi was the deputy, he was accused of the same, where he kept a narrative of shareholding. And of course, that was part of the reason why he was shown the way. So, my question to you is, with all these things that they're accusing the government of, do you think there are valid reasons that can warrant or give the people of Kenya a chance to have a look at them and to discuss their political future in terms of what they are bringing forth? Do you think they're tackling the issues which are affecting the people of Kenya, the Wananchi? Do you think, that political meeting and conversation that they're having, do you think they are, focusing on issues which are really affecting the Wananchi, the Mama Mboga, Mama watu wa boda boda? Because the conversation we've always seen in Kenyan politics is politicians come, of course, they mention part of the problems that the people are going through, but then once they get into those offices, they simply forget the fact that they had promised the people of Kenya quite a number of things. What is your take? Do you think this team has what it takes in terms of tackling the issues affecting the people? And do you think what they are tackling or what they are bringing forth are the true issues which are affecting the citizens?
Personally, I don't trust the team. Me, I don't trust the team because this team has been there for a quite good number of time. They have been there. The people like Kalonzo, served with Moi, people like JB have been there. Rigathi Gachagua have been there. They've been around. So I can't trust them. And I will never trust them. Just like we never trusted William Ruto. You understand? Because we knew Ruto was lying. And we were telling the people that this guy is lying. We never trusted him. How was it going to be possible that we could have made calls freely without being charged? That was far from the truth. He was actually lying to the people. We never trusted him. We never voted for him. The same way I want to tell you that the current opposition, we don't trust them. If there could be new faces or there could be reformists into that coalition, then we could have trusted them. But with the current faces we are seeing, we don't trust either of them. We don't trust any politicians, in my view. I mean, my opinion. I don't need to trust them. And also anybody can trust them. It's very normal. But to me, I don't trust them because these are the things we told people previously about William Ruto. We say that the guy is lying, the guy is not going to deliver because by that time he was the deputy president. But he was telling us that if you elect me, I will do X, Y, Z. But how was it possible? But he was in the office, he could not do X, Y, Z. How was he going to do them when he becomes the president? Those are the issues we had with William Ruto previously, but we were never heard. And that's why we are here today. I don't trust the current regime because even not that the issue of one term is solely for them, it is everybody's agenda, even we, the people. It is not for the Wamnyoro team alone. Many people might want him to be one term, but let us not take it at least it is some people's agenda. That is the Lawyers Coalition people's agenda to take Ruto home. It can be even your duty. What they should have told us, or what they should have done, is to be alternative government in waiting. They should critique objectively and they become alternative. They should ask the question of the SHA
the question of the affordable housing. But what will they do to the people other than what is currently being done by William Ruto when it comes to the affordable housing, when it comes to medication, when it comes to education, when it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to the Linda Mama, what are they going to do to these people? Other than telling us that it's a one-time agenda. Of course, it's agenda for them and for everyone who is interested. But alternatively, are they going also to work with the Raila? Because all these governments have worked with Raila. Are they going to give us more of a mongrel government? What they used to say that the handshake was a mongrel government. You don't know who is opposition, who is the government. So if they can be clear, we must question them. The opposition team should be clear to the Kenyan people. What is the agenda? What do they have for the Kenyan people? What are the real issues other than insults, other than one term, other than what are the alternatives? They should be very clear. After Ruto has gone, now what are they going to do which is different from William Ruto? Those are the things we were asking William Ruto during the previous campaign, that you are telling us that you will do D, C, D. What about right now you are the deputy president? Why can't you do those things? Then we were castigated. Right now we are asking the opposition, we want to take William Ruto home, but what do you want to do for Kenya's peoples? How are you going to transform the Kenya? How are you going to ensure that the young people's thoughts are being incorporated into the administration of the coming government? So those things, they must be clear. So even though that's the agenda, the way you have put it, but I also like them to come out very clear to the Kenyan people. What's their intent to take? Are they going to take? Because they said we are going to take the government. Then are you going to resolve the issues around the Kenya? Or you are, after taking government, you are going to bring the opposition into government. So those things must be stated very categorically for the people like us to understand, because we don't want to gamble with our votes. The previous time, because we have fallen into victims, we can't just say that because we can't critique those who voted for Ruto. We're just saying that we are into this crisis because we have underlying issues with the Ruto previously, but they were never addressed objectively. So right now, we have underlying issues with the regime who want to take to Aropaya. Unless they address those issues objectively, then we are likely going to support them. But if they are not clear, they don't have any intent, then I don't think they must give us a clear roadmap where they want to take Kenya, what they want to do. And they must also be clear about inclusivity. They should not restrict the coalition to the Kamba nation and the Kikuyu nation. They should be clear about inclusivity. The way I told you, this Kenya, we are diverse and we are many in numbers. You must be clear about inclusivity. Don't limit people on the position of the president, the deputy president. What about the national speaker? What about the CS laws? What about the vision of those laws? What about the allocation? What you have asked about misappropriation by William right now? Are these people going to allocate equally to each and every Kenyan? The issue of devolution, these things must be addressed right now before we get into heated campaigns. Because once we are in heated campaigns, I don't think they will address those issues. So they should also change the tactic. Let them not apply what Ruto did to the constituents previously, and we ended up voting based on emotions and voting on the tribal line. That is why we are here today. But if you're, it's a matter of transforming Kenya. Let us transform him once and for all. Currently, without waiting for the time for campaigns.
Okay, thank you. The president called this group of opposition as baseless leaders, and that brings me to this question. I don't know whether you saw the deputy president, Honorable Kimani Shungo, is the majority leader. They all came out to castigate, particularly Rigathi Gachagua, and to also castigate the opposition team led by, of course, Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo, among others. And they're saying, according to them, that their politics is a politics of division. It's divisive, according to Kimani Shungwa. And he's also saying that, they're doing things in a way that they're not respecting the law. And remember the other day, there's a day he also said that no one is above the law. And, according to his statement, he said that when he was commenting about the NCIC call, when they had called Rigathi Gachagua to go make a statement, Kimani Ichung'wah came out and said that, Rigathi Gachagua should not think that he's above the law. And according to him, he said that they will arrest him. And he said that the police needed to do or take the action. Today, the deputy president and of course Kimani Ichung'wah, they all came out to castigate. I mean, to give their opinion, and they're saying that the opposition, they're not uniting the people, that their politics is a divisive politics, and it's politics that is not taking the people of Kenya anywhere. The same words, of course, were echoed by the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Wetangula, and of course, together with the minority whip, Honorable Sylvan Sosoro, and they're saying that the people of Kenya should not give time to the opposition because they are clueless. According to them, they're saying that they are not aware of what they're doing and they're not offering any solution. So, what is your take on this rebuttal that is coming from the Kenya Kwanza government, of course, led by the Deputy President Kimani Ichung'wah and even the Speaker? You will give me your take on that. And again, remember today the former deputy was in Gatundu and is accusing the area MCA and of course the member of parliament of that he's saying that watu wamepewa pesa ndio wape vijana wampige na mawe. The question is the politics of goonism, the politics of when someone is opposing you, you tend to pay some goons and try to block them. And of course, not forgetting, if you remember, of course, the issue of Juja member of parliament who was abducted, and some issues are coming that he abducted himself. How far can politicians go when they want to, feel sympathy or have the sympathy of the people? And again, how far can politicians go to ensure that they try to stop their opponents from, invading or getting the audience of the people? Why is it that we are seeing an environment where if someone is opposing you, you can go to as far as, abducting them? You can go as far as, for example, deciding to abduct yourself in an environment where we are seeing, you know, very, very bad things that I cannot even speak about. We've seen there is a high number of goonism in the Republic of Kenya. And of course, that started after the consistent abductions that we were seeing. And remember, in any country that allows people to gather and form goonism and do goonism activities, that is how, these militia groups are always being formed. At what point are we going to change this kind of politics? Maybe before you give your take on that, allow me to remind our viewers that this is Brother Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. If you're watching for the first time, kindly just like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll really appreciate. To those of you who are already watching, kindly just like the conversation, and we'll really appreciate. And this is Political Buff. He's saying empty debe sounds louder. The opposition leaders should call a meeting for themselves, each and every person, because their agenda is nouns. If they go this way, they are going to lose big. And Gypsy Corner is saying Kalonzo can never shake anyone. He's afraid of his own shadow. His tested time to vie is well expired. Ruto smiling all the way to the office. No wonder he is upgrading his office and residential palace. Miguda?
Let me respond to those two comments before I delve into the question you have asked me. The political verbs are stated very categorically, but the fact that empty devil make loud noise. Or there you have said. Me, what I know, if you are empty, you are empty. Whether you make loud, whether you talk or you keep mum, you are empty. There's no justification that when you keep mum now that you're not empty. So and there's no justification that if you make noise, you are empty. If you are empty, you are empty. Whether you talk or you don't talk, you are empty. But if you are not, you are not. Whether you speak or you don't speak, you are not empty. That is our the issue of this is why I brought that issue is because they are trying to decide for you what to do or what not to do. And with them, it's like they are the people who are only having that mandate to speak. They can insult you, they can speak back at you, but when you try to respond to them, you are being given names like you are a divisive leader, you are a tribal leader, what sorts of names they are giving you. I think that is just what we call politics of time, or the dynamics have changed. Dynamics have shifted from dynasty to hustlers, and now they are focused on the issue of tribal leader and a unifying factor leader. So it has shifted. That's the current conversation. So you must delve into those conversations. That's why those are just normal insults in politics. That one, I just want to respond to the last statement about renovating residential palace, because someone told me that if Ruto knew that he was going to be a one-term president, there's no need for him to renovate that palace. But because he want to stay long, that's why he's renovating that palace. It's likely going to stay long, even more than 10 years. Those are comments from the social media. Anyway, to respond to your question, I was saying the reason why I believe that you have asked so many questions, but I just want to respond. Power attracts. Even you right now, if you have power, you attract all sorts of characters. Power will attract all sorts of characters and all sorts of opinion. That's why even you can be a legislator who does not have any interest in maybe abducting people, but your handlers will do for you certain things. You will just be brave that okay, you have abducted so and so, or let us pretend that you have been abducted. Some people do go ahead and kill people, then they will respond to you that if you could have not killed that person, you could be dead. So relax. That's why I told you that even there's something that can pass by without you knowing, which have been done by your handlers because of the power. Power will attract all sorts of characters, criminals, those people who are modest, each and every person. So you understand that is the nature of power. So even if some people are doing it in terms of victim politics or sympathy card, it is normal for a politician can do anything provided that he got into office, in my view. And the people right now who are playing things like they want to put it a conversation whereby they want to play with the emotion of the people, of the masses, that certain people are tribal, but we are unifying factors.
Miguda, can you hear me? Okay, yeah. So he was just giving his opinion on what he thinks about the comments over here. Yeah, so of course, to our viewers, this is Brother Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. If you're new to this channel, kindly just like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll really appreciate. The discussion here, of course, matters of politics and what is currently happening in our country. And to be more specific, of course, we've talked about the meeting of the opposition leaders in Kitui County, specifically in Sekuru, and of course, the conversation that has been going out over here, where some members, of course, members who are on the side of government are coming out to castigate the meetings, and they're saying that the opposition team are not really able to handle what it takes in terms of running the country, and they're giving their reasons. And also the opposition side are also coming out to say that the people in government are not running the government properly, and for that reason, according to them, they're saying that they need to get out of the office so that they come in and continue with what we call delivery of services to the people of Kenya. Yeah, so that is part of what has been going on. And after that, of course, I want us to talk about the president tour to Nyanza region, specifically to Kisumu and also to Homabay County. And there was a comment here from Gypsy Corner saying that I was shocked to see a smart video of Homabay and Sandy Beach. I didn't think there was Sandy Beach in Nyanza. Okay, I'll give my take on that first. Let me talk about what we call the visit of the president, of course, together with Raila Amolo Odinga, who is his ally currently. And of course, remember they formed a broad-based government where we saw quite a number of members of ODM coming into the government. And of course, as you can remember, they were labeled or called by the party leader as experts. And this is a term that is always used, and is saying that the experts joined the government so that they could assist the government in running and also to show them the way, according to Raila's words. And so the president went to Kisumu, and there were so many projects that, of course, were launched. And part of what was going on there is the affordable housing that the president has always talked about. And, he did commission and also launch quite a number of houses at the same time. And so there's, according to what we saw, there's quite a number of people who are given some houses. And of course, there are some which are ongoing in terms of development. Yeah, so Miguda, what is your view? Can you hear me? Okay. I think Miguda is having a problem with this internet. Yeah, so part of what the president did in Homabay is, of course, launching and also giving out some of the projects that were done. And we saw the Makasembo housing project, where it was, of course, done according to what is there with the partner. I mean, as LAPS Fund assisted with the government of Kenya. And we also told that the part of land that was given, that the houses were built on, was donated by Raila Amolo Odinga. And that is a conversation that we've been seeing in social media, people coming out and asking whether it is true, because the president said that, and of course Raila also said the same, that Raila's family gave 5 acres of land to the to Kisumu residents, and that is part of where the constructions were going on. So the question is, of course, whether that is true or not. We will get to know. Yeah, so part of the development of projects which were being done, including the affordable housing, we also see the president talk about the marine investments in the marine sector. And I said that they're going to build a port of Kisumu and make it a modern port, according to his statement. He also did launch, promised quite a number of projects and roads in that particular area. We saw him being welcomed by Raila Amolo Odinga, whom they can remember they walked within, they crossed within the towns and, gave a speech to the people of Kisumu. And, he was, of course, welcomed by quite a number of people who are very happy, specifically about the projects. And, some people came out and said that the president is doing well in terms of development. And when it comes to making the decision at the ballot, some of them are saying they will make the decision of continuing with Kumi Bila break narrative that is sponsored by the president. And then there are also others who are saying that no, the president has not done much in terms of development, and so according to them, they feel that he needs to do much before he's given an opportunity to serve his 2 terms. Miguel, I'm just talking about the visit by the president and Raila Amolo Odinga to Kisumu, and about the projects they launched, the Makasembo, and of course, if I believe you know that Makasembo is a partnership with the LAP Fund, of course, with the government of Kenya. And also there is another project that is purely for the county, the housing for the county government of Kisumu, which is also going on. And of course, there are quite a number of projects that the president promised the people of Kisumu, together with, the conversation he had with the people. Maybe I want to give you a chance to also just give your take on that before we get to Homabay.
The issue of Kisumu, we have discussed that the houses which were given to the people in Kisumu, they are not affordable houses. They are houses which were constructed under county government in connection with the LAP fund. Those are the houses which were issued to the people. But there are also another acre which was donated by the former prime minister. That one was also more of an individual investment, whereby there's a company that is going to work in hand to ensure that it has done that investment, but not the government. So those things must be understood very clearly. Actually, I think they just laid the foundation of affordable houses in Kisumu. And when you went to Homabay, they are actually affordable houses which are ready to be used, and they also promised to add 1,000 houses. So the issue of Kisumu was a bit different from affordable houses.
Okay, thank you. And you've spoken about, Homabay, and now Gypsy Corner was here saying that I was shocked to see a smart video of Homabay having sandy beach. I didn't think there was a sandy beach in Nyanza. And, there were quite a number of projects that the president promised and gave to the people of Homabay. Quite a number of roads, which he has promised that he's going to do. And also, empowerment of the people of Homabay, the roads within the Homabay County, which were not done, which currently are all done. And, the shift nature of how the projects were done within 2 months. And of course, the selection of Homabay to host the Madaraka. I'll give you a chance so that you can give your view on the whole tour of the president to Homabay County and what we should expect, and of course, what the people of that particular area are saying about the president, and of course, with the massive, so to call, the projects that they did receive.
First, it's very important for our friend to understand or to know. Actually, there are sandy beaches in Nyanza for those of us who have worked in that region. If you go to Homabay County, there are several islands. They should visit Takawiri Island, Sena, Ringiti, Mfangano, Wakula. They are cool places indeed. So they are in the sandy beaches in Homabay. The problem has always been they have been marginalized, and they have never been open for the people. We have bays. We have Kindu Bay, Homabay, Muhuru Bay, and even there's a bay in Kisumu. So those bays are actually, they can be used because they said they are going to bring ferry. So ferry will be cutting across those bays from, I think, from Mihoro, Kisumu, Homabay to Kindu Bay. It will be going from, Mihoro, Homabay, Kindu Bay to Kisumu. So we need public transportation that is going to cater for the members of the public free. They will not be charging those people. And also we need some water buses. It's a good place anyway for those who have been there. The only thing has been, it has never been open for the public or for the development. I also agree that indeed there is a modern fish market. I saw it actually, and I told that tomorrow I'll be there. Personally, I'll be there. And the Paya was also good, and they're going to extend it. This Paya A, there's going to be Paya B. And also the issue of dual carriage road, the Homabay A1 road is going to be a dual carriage road. And the issue of expansion of the Kabunde airstrip, they're going to expand it. The stadium was constructed, completed, and it has now been decorated for tomorrow's event. The State Lodge, actually, it has also been decorated. Tomorrow people are going to have a luncheon there. And the roads, the roads lead to State Lodge actually. So they have tried so much in Obey Town, that's the headquarter. But I still have a problem. The way I told you that they should also go deep into sub-counties. I saw them trying to establish Huduma Center at Rangwe constituency. That's a constituency in Homabay County led by Dr. Lilian Gogo. So they tried to establish a Huduma Center whereby people will no longer move to get services to Kisii, I think, or Migori. Those are where we have Huduma Centers in southern Nyanza. They will just move to Rangwe sub-county to get services. They should focus on sub-counties right now, because previously, when there was an handshake between Raila and Uhuru, they focused in Kisumu County, but Kisumu City. They never went into sub-counties. So we don't know which part of Kisumu is Europe. Is it Kisumu City which is Europe, or Nyakach, or Nyando, or Seme, or Moroni? Which part is Europe? Which part is Lower Europe? Which part is Northern Europe? Homabay is the land of endless potential. But which part of Homabay? Is Suba South land of endless potential, or Suba North, or Ndewa? Have you been to Ndewa? If you have been to Ndewa, there's a difference between Ndewa and Homabay town constituency. So they should extend, and I want to appreciate them because they tried to introduce a certain TVET at Ndewa sub-county. I saw they are trying to establish a certain TVET. That area is a bit remote. So whenever we are dealing with the development projects in the certain region, let us not focus in the county's headquarters. Let us try to reach people in the sub-county so that we can reduce the population who are traveling from sub-counties to seek government services to the headquarters. Like, for example, if you are in Migori, people are moving from far away from Uhuru Bay, Karungu Bay, to seek Huduma services into Migori town. They should devolve those Huduma centers into their sub-counties so that they can help the people. That's the challenge you want to give these people. But let them not concentrate into the county headquarters. Then they are working. No, they should work everywhere. And also, there's also another argument. Kenyans are also talking. Kenyans are saying, why is that 60% of development are being taken to Nyanza, and the rest 40 is being divided into other regions? Anyway, Nyanza people will argue that they have been marginalized for a quite long time. So it's a debate outside there. People can still debate what marginalized, who has been marginalized. Are the Luos only who have been marginalized? All the Turkanas, the James, the Masai, the Samburu, the Kuria people, the Gusi people, who has been marginalized and who has not been marginalized? So that's why we like our constitution. It's very progressive, and it allows each and every opinion. You can argue either way, you have been marginalized or not. I think that is how I can test it. But the issue of tomorrow, you have asked me to talk about tomorrow's event. I believe that even because the national holidays was devolved, there's no crime. Homabay hosting national holiday. There's no crime at all. It is good for the South Nyanza people to host it because most of the time it does not come to Nyanza. And actually, you have shown the rehearsal by the KDF. They did it last week. This week was for the artist, and maybe some 1, 2, 3 rehearsal here and there. I think the only challenge I have is that tomorrow people are going to come out in large number because they have been mobilized. The school buses are going to ferry people to that place, I don't know how I'll get myself into the stadium, but already we have made arrangements. I think by around 5 a.m. we'll be inside. And I don't know how we'll get out because people are going to come out in large numbers. That's a fact. That's the only difference. It's going to be like any other national holiday, but the challenge will be many people are anticipating to enjoy that national day. Most of the people from their constituency, the constituency I've just discussed with you, then there were people they are going to come out in large number. They are close to Homabay town, actually, Homabay town constituency. From Homabay town constituency, you go to Ndeva constituency. The Rangwe people, the Kasipul Kabondo people, the Karachonyo people, actually, they are large in number. The Karachonyo are the largest people in that constituency. And because you understand, Raymond Omol is coming from Karachonyo, their son, they must also try to mobilize that. Many people are courtesy of internal security PS is also going to ensure that many people from Karachuan actually attend that event for them to realize that their son has really struggled to ensure that he has brought the Madaraka Day at home. That's what I can say. Tomorrow is going to be big. We just expect that it should not be, there should be no any rain so that we can end the day very well. And also remember, on Monday, we are likely to watch the derby. That is Gor Mahia and FC Leopard, the same stadium. The guest has arrived. The president from the Slovenia, she's in town. She's going to be the guest of the Madaraka Day. I think so far that's the intel I'm having right now. No violence is anticipated. Tomorrow there will be no violence. There will be no violence even on Monday. It's going to be peaceful. All those events are going to be peaceful. Those people who are thinking that there's going to be violence, no, it cannot. There are certain places whereby people can get violent, but in that event, it's going to be very peaceful. Like us, we have been welcomed. We welcome each and every person. Makobura, you can have a ticket. You can come in the morning and reserve for you one seat.
Maybe if Gypsy Corner decides to assist me with an air ticket from Nairobi to Kabunde, it's called Kabunde Airstrip. But I've also seen Gypsy Corner saying that all those places that you've mentioned are in bucket list yake, na ni kama ako na plan ya kwenda huko. Mimi kile naweza ambia yeye ni kwamba hata mimi akiamua kuenda can be also a very good tour guide for that matter. And maybe, people have never known that there are so many tourist attraction sites in the Nyanza region. And remember, of course, the four count, the Kisumu, the three counties, the Luo, Nyanza counties, that is, the four Nyanza counties, that is Migori, Homabay, Kisumu, and Siaya, they all border the lake. And of course, in all those four counties, you'll find those counties touching the lake. And of course, that Lake Victoria is is the second largest in the world. And of course, that comes with so many nice things that people would want to see, and also to even just touch that water. So we would encourage people to visit those places, and it's nice, and you'll enjoy. There's a comment here: because you are listing all the project, you must believe in Ruto, and are all finished. Are they? And they are all finished projects. Some of them are not finished, like the roads were just promised. They have not been started, but there's quite a number that were done within 2 months, especially the roads within Homabay town were done within 3 months. 2-3 months. And that was something that I think we need to congratulate, because it's a good thing that that county. Me, I've been to Homabay. There were no actually good roads. There was only one road that is passing across. But within the town, all the feeder roads were all Maram roads. But I understand they're almost all of those, the small roads within the town have been tarmacked. I think that's a good thing that we need to congratulate and to say and to say so. And is that Mbadi hometown? Yes, that is the county where Mbadi comes from. I can confirm that as well. No violence. The Gen Z already hijacked Ruto's military jet. I saw that thing trending, me good. I'm not so sure. I didn't really focus on it. Maybe he will tell us about that. And if I sponsor you, will you be inside or watching from the fence? I can tell you that if you sponsor me, I'll be inside. Inside. Ndani kabisa. And I'll be the first person. Nana naweza toka this night. Naweza enda pale Wilson nitafute ndege ya saizi. Be good. Maybe you can give your take on those comments.
I want to give my comments on those comments above there. First, that is, but is Homabay town is the headquarters of Homabay County. That must be understood very well. But Mbadi is coming from Suba South, a place known as Magunga. So Mbadi is a Suba from Suba South. We have Suba North, that is a Mbeta constituency former. We have Ndeva constituency, Rangwe, Homabay town, that is the Kanyada people, where Pondo Kaluma is coming from. That is the constituency for Pondo Kaluma, the vocal lawmaker, who is a sycophant. That is where it's coming from. So you have seen the way sycophancy has assisted Pondo Kaluma. But not that I believe in Ruto. Even Ruto knows I don't believe in him. I'm just saying that where he has worked, we have a duty also to tell the public that actually there were some things which were promised by Ruto and he delivered. That's what I've said. Not that I believe in him. Even when we have a one-on-one chat, I just said him, Mr. President, I don't believe in you, but on certain issues, because I still have some pending issues with him. But because he promised to complete stadium, he promised to complete Paya, he promised to extend the airstrip, he promised to get the people's dual carriage, and also he promised modern market fish. But today, or yesterday, those projects he promised, they have been completed. So in the context of Homabay, we can applaud Mr. President. Actually, you promised, but he delivered. But we still have some pending issues with him in that Homabay. He promised ferry, that by December there will be ferry. We are expecting that ferry. He also promised that the railway is going to come from Naivasha to Kisumu, to Malaba, then to Kampala. So we expect that railway and we expect that ferry. There are things which he promised, which he has not delivered. He promised 700 million to Migori County government to complete their stadium. We expect that 700 million. He promised another extra 500 million for the Spire B. We expect it. What we are saying, whatever he promised, he has got no option. He must deliver it. So if he's not going to deliver, then we'll have problems in this country, the way we have said. It's not that I believe in him. I just say where he has done, we must also say, okay, because you promise, you deliver. But there are things which he has promised, he has never delivered. There are things that he has promised, he has never realized them. And also there are things that we are demanding, like the compensation of the victims who were killed during demonstration. We will ask him such questions. The victims were never compensated. So even though we want to, we can't just say that he has not done, is at 0%. At least he has made a step, is somewhere. There's things that he promised, he has delivered. But remember also, we don't want to get into details, because if you get into details, we can spoil for him. We will also ask him, the market project is for the county, not national government. What is national government doing with the modern fish market? He ought to have left that one for the county government. So he should not come to Mobay and start bragging about the modern market fish, because that's the project belongs to the county government. So if you go into details, we can even tarnish all of things he has done, but because we want him to expand Kenya, so we can leave it at that point. Because we understand that if we try to even, we can question some areas. Why we can even question that, why is that in Homabay, within 3 months, most of the projects have been completed, but other areas, they have not been completed. So if we go deep into details, we might they can victimize us. And tomorrow, you understand, I'll be attending. Also must play safe, because my security, I'm the one who must ensure that I'm safe from the public. But I'm good to go. I will make arrangements. And Makuburi is aware that I got a very good friends around the ground people. I'm certain sure that all will be safe, all will be good. We also talked about the issue of he talked about a certain thing. The last comment, Makubura. There's a comment from Jepsok on the third one. About Makubura coming to Homabay. Actually, I can confirm to you, Makubura understands what I'm saying because we have been with him. Homabay town, actually, the people who are going to be at luncheon, some of them are our classmates. We school with them. The people who are making arrangements are our friends. So likely, if Makubura can get an air ticket, it will be inside the stadium, not outside. In fact, it will be at the luncheon because there are how we can get ourselves inside there because the arrangements are done by the local, because locals are being given first priority because they are the people hosting. Now the Nairobi team are not going to do it because if the locals are doing it, Makobra will be inside stadium, not outside. It cannot be outside, and the people who are the goons are well known to him. The goons who are guarding the stadium. So I think it is going to be. I say because people are going to rush to the meal because there is going to be a meal, Makobura actually. So because we don't mind too much about meal, we'll focus him to get into the stadium. So
umesema tutakula kwa pale kwa president.
But you
Nimeona, but
know
I've
what I'm
seen.
saying. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Not that you know what I'm saying.
I saw this evening there was a very big tent in that particular how is it called, that whatever, for the president, that president's house. There was a very big tent, and I saw quite a number of leaders. They were already there. I'm quite sure that of course they will. It is, they are having, of course, conversations which are leading, geared towards tomorrow. And of course, I saw it this evening, and I was actually surprised because I saw the president in the State House here in Nairobi, and at the same time, after some few 10 or 20 minutes, I also saw him in Homabay again. In the morning, he was, I don't know how he flies. I don't know how that happens. But I've seen the comments of Gypsy Corner. Amesema, ask and you shall be given. And of course, that is, if I'm not wrong, it's Matthew 7:7. Is it? Yeah, it's Matthew. Matthew 7:7 is what says. Yes.
Makobura, let me comment on the issue of the Kisumu Gen Z getting closer to the KAF. The Leonardo, that's the name of that jet. It's called Leonardo. It was imported from Japan. So the Gen Z trying to take selfies from Leonardo. When you hear from them, they were saying, this is the jet that killed General Ogola. So they were saying, today they want to deal with that jet circumponiously because how dare that jet could have crashed and killed their own general. So they were beat about the death of General Ogola. So they were referring to that jet. And that was just to send you a signal that the Kisumu people are fearless because people fear getting close to the jet of Mr. President. No, that is our jet because it's taxpayers' money which imported it from Japan. The Leonardo was imported from Japan, and Kenyans can have a selfie with that jet. This we can even hang on it. So the problem has always been with the Gen X and the older generation that they fear the state. They fear Mr. President. They fear the state. But these things, you should not fear them. You should just know your limit and be a responsible citizen. There's no fear you should instill into the subjects. You are the president. You are free to meet people. You are free to greet people. You are free to allow people to have a ride or into their public utilities. People have a right to even access the Leonardo because if they can carry Sudi, so what's so special about Sudi? If Sudi can afford to apply with the Leonardo Faruqi bet. What about you, Makobura? You can even use it when you have the opportunity. This issue of selling fear to the citizens has been overtaken by events. And if you're a leader of this generation, you must be very careful because you are not going to threaten anybody. So you must always be with the people because these are the people you're going to really coming forward. And I want to appreciate those my age set or my age group that they have done a very good thing by ensuring that they must take a selfie from what belongs to them. That's a state property, not Ruto. That is not Ruto's jet. We can keep off Ruto's jet, but not our Leonardo, which was imported by our taxpayers' money. So it's a good thing. And even tomorrow, whenever they're going to pack it, people will also go and take a selfie.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miguda, for giving us your take. To Gypsy Corner, it is okay. You can do it via the formula that you are saying. I think it can work. And I can also see you said, a dispatcher. Maybe you should connect me with that dispatcher so that in the next few minutes I would be landing in Homabay. Yeah, so Miguda, maybe
But Makobura, you can't land in Homabay. You'll come via Migori because Homabay is full. It's reserved for the tomorrow's. It's reserved. So most of people I'm seeing are coming via Migori because Migori there's an airstrip. You can use the Skyward via Migori, then you land in Migori, then from Migori you can access Homabay very easily. 30 minutes drive.
okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, so Gypsy Corner will assist us in that. Maybe your take on what you think. How is this going to change the politics of specifically Luo Nyanza? I mean, the relationship that is there between the president and, of course, you'll find citizens associating with you or coming out to support you only if you're doing things which are touching them or influencing their daily lives. What is your take on, in terms of how this is going to influence you know, the politics of Luo Nyanza, specifically the politics of Homabay, because we are seeing quite a number of goodies has been given to the Homabay County. What is your take in that?
I can just speak for now, but what's going to happen tomorrow, I don't know, because tomorrow it is always these politics dynamics are there. But for now, I can say that the Luo people, all the Luo leaders, are working with President Ruto, and they are committed to work with him. But what will happen in the future politics, I can't say now. But I understand that right now they are forcing people to align with the Kumi Bila Brave. That's what it is on the ground, that most of the leaders are working with William Ruto going forward. And they have made their mind, including the former Prime Minister. And even Orengo was there yesterday. You saw Orengo attending Lake Basin Mall. Orengo has also been coerced to align with the relationship between Raila and Ruto. The only person whom I'm seeing is likely not to align, but I don't know whether he will align in future, is Babu Owino. And probably those two might decide to part ways with ODM. And some people like Saboti MP, Caleb Amisi, they can walk out actually because they are with the people. So once you're with the people, if you walk into ODM traps, you are going to lose that trust with the people. So sometimes that's how politics works, but it's politics. Today I might lose elections, but I can make a comeback after 2 terms. You never know. It's all about politics. But what you must always do as a politician, always be where the people are. Do not always try to be the oppressor of the people. Once you are oppressor, you are likely not going to survive too much. But anyway, that's politics. It's about interest.
Okay. Yeah, I can see, Brother Ben. We are having a discussion here, of course, matters of what is going to happen in Homabay, and of course the relationship that the president has had with the people of Homabay in terms of development. And and again, what is happening tomorrow about the Madaraka, and we are partly trying to give our views. Maybe you can also say one or two. Yeah, I think Ben, are you there? Yeah, maybe as we wait for him to get space.
Hey,
Uh,
Makoburo.
yes. Hi, how are you?
Habari gani?
Niko vyema, nashukuru.
Okay, sawa sawa. Mi pia nashukuru niko vizuri, naona mko na miguda.
Tuko hapa na Miguda na wenzetu ambao wanatutazama, na sisi pia tuko na wao, na tunashukuru wako na sisi hadi wakati huu.
Hiyo ni mzuri. Mi natuma tu salamu zangu na pia nataka tu kuchukua fursa kuwapigia asante kwa njia ya pekee, kwa sababu wamekuwa ni watu ambao wametuchukua wakatubeba katika migongoni mwao. Na kila wakati tukienda hewani kuzungumza, wako na sisi na pia wanazungumza na sisi. Ni jambo ambalo hatuwezi chukua kwa udogo sana, ni tunaipatia kipaumbele sana sana na tunawashukuru sana. Na Makubura ameenda wapi?
Makobura is like he has gone to take some water.
Niko area, nilikuwa nimeanza kuweka bagi na mguu. Ni kama mimi
Makobura is lucky to join us tomorrow. We are making arrangements for him.
hewani.
Okay. Hebu fanya alafu mniambie mpango itakuwa ni vipi, then mimi mwenyewe ndaangalia venye kutasema, kwa sababu nilikuwa nimesoma mahali hapo Gibson amesema, so afanye tu hivyo alafu tutaangalia behind the curtain, tuangalie mambo itakuwa aje.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So maybe before we let you go,
Yep.
what are your expectations on in terms of receiving the president, and also based on the fact that he's promised quite a number of things, and going forward, are you going to see an alignment where the people from that region, are going to come out to fully support the president in terms of him retaining his second term?
Based on the observation that we've made, is that like I think truth be told, Raila Odinga will be supporting President William Ruto in 2022, because if you look at how Raila Odinga has always been, it's art of politics. It started with Uhuru Kenyatta. Remember, in the initial stages, he said categorically that we are just working on the building bridges initiative, but what happened at the end of the day? At the end of the day, Uhuru Kenyatta ended up supporting him, and if you are very keen enough, you saw yesterday he was in the same car with President William Ruto, and that one also happened when he was with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So there's nothing new that we are going to get, rather than to predict that Raila Amolo Odinga might support President William Ruto. And remember, for the very first time, Raila Odinga also accepted and said that that's the reason why he wants the President Ruto agenda, especially when it comes to housing, education, and basic health and all that. But remember, some of issues to do with basic living, where is housing, whereby people have been raising so many issues about it. When it comes to medal of funding, people have raised so many issues. When it comes to health, people have raised so many issues. And yesterday you saw it was like he was supporting the agenda. So what does that one tells you? It tells you they've decided to move together. That is one. Then another thing that also we also have to learn, especially when it comes to Raila Amolo Odinga. Uhuru Kenyatta was the first president to work with Raila Amolo Odinga to contain both the opposition from William Ruto and even to Raila Odinga. And people concluded, and if you listen to some analysts, usually say that bring Raila Odinga closer to power, then you will govern, and give him those privileges. Then you will govern with ease. And that is what President William Ruto has done. And that is what Uhuru Kenyatta also did. So I think for now, what we can conclude is that Raila will support President William Ruto if election was supposed to be carried today, And when you look at the other side, we've also seen one of the politics that even happened in 2022 about the hustler movement and the ukabila and all that. So you look at the unaangalia mrengo, niseme kwamba unaangalia mrengo ambayo upo katika Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga, Mheshimiwa Rais William Ruto, unaona kama ajenda yao kubwa ambao wanaenda wakizungumza popote walipo ni kwamba wanasema kwamba Gachagua, wanasema kwamba Gachagua naye ni mkabila, ama wale ambao wameungana katika mrengo huo ni ukabila, lakini ni siasa tu, kwa sababu si lazima watu wakuwe katika mrengo moja, kwa sababu watu hawezi kuwa wako na mafikira ambao ni sawa. Unaona, kuna zile vitu ambao wanapinga ambao kwa kauli yao waone si vyema, lakini imaanishi kuwa ni ukabila. Lakini nikurejesha pia, unajua siasa zetu ni siasa ambao zimetawaliwa sana na ukabila. Ukabila linakuwa ni jambo ambalo linazungumziwa sana sana. So hiyo ndio jambo ambalo mimi naona, lakini mimi kwa maoni yangu naona hata kesho utaona kuwa kutakuwa na baadhi ya watu ambao mabasi zitapeleka watu, kwa sababu watakuwa wanataka kwa jambo ambalo labda mwenyewe amefanya nini. Na ukiangalia tena siasa saa hizi sana unapata kwamba wanasema kwamba eneo la Nyanza imekuwa ni eneo ambayo imebaguliwa kimaendeleo, na sasa unapata kwamba rais amekuja akawaweka katika serikali ambapo sasa watakuwa wanapata maendeleo, lakini ukiangalia kuna sehemu za nchi ambayo hazina maendeleo, Masamburu huko Northeastern, unapata sasa nani amebaguliwa. So unapata kwamba hayo ndiyo mambo iliko, lakini siasa, mimi naweza sema kwamba siasa ya 2027 ishaondoka, ni treni ambayo imeondoka na itaanza kwenda mwendo kasi hivi karibuni.
Okay, thank you for giving us your take. And I can see Gypsy Corner has done something here, and he's saying, I want you to enjoy yourself, and thanks with the Benson Media for giving me time off. Happy Madaraka Day. Sisi pia huku tunasema happy Madaraka Day. Na tena amesema, I have to apologize to Brother Benson Media for throwing you in the deep end, but Miguda will look after you. Okay. And maybe Ben, you can say something to that before we end.
Mi kitu naweza sema kwamba mi namshukuru pakubwa sana, na Mungu ambariki, na nyinyi pia nawashukuru kwa kuchukua muda wenyu kukuja katika kufanya kipindi, na ni jambo ambalo sisi tutazidi kufanya vyema, na pia kama kuna mahali labda wanaona tujafanya vyema, sisi ni watu ambao wako huru, tunakaribisha marekebisho, kwa sababu dunia hii hakuna yule mtu ambaye amekamilika kielimu ama kifikra ama kimaendeleo. Kuna pahali ambapo tuko na mapungufu. Sasa labda kama umeona mapungufu yetu kama channel, msikose kutuambia tujirekebishe, kwa sababu hiyo litafanya sisi pia tukue. Na jambo la pili pia, Makobura, naona leo uko na umepata off. So hii sasa nyuma ya tent tutaona mambo itakuwa vipi, na natarajia ukitoka hapo wewe anza tu kupaka uone venye kama ni utapanda nini. Sawa sawa. So Mungu akubariki sana Gibson Corner kwa kutusupport sana sana, na mimi nimeshindwa hata naweza sema nini kwa mandugu zangu ambao labda pia wanafanya kazi.
Okay, thank you. Miguel, I'll also give you a chance to comments of appreciation to our good friend Gypsy Corner.
If you can hear me, Makobura, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I just like to tell our friend it's a good thing.
Yote namwachia.
Benson was still talking. I think he's hanging. Benson is hanging. The network is poor from Benson end. Have you realized that?
Yeah, maybe you can proceed if
Okay.
he'll come back.
If you can get him later, maybe he will have to respond. It's very important for him to respond. I just want to appreciate our friend because you were just it. I think it was good for you to attend because you understand. I read your mood. You are not happy when I was saying that I'm going to attend because you like such things, and it's very good. Now you will be attending, and I can assure you that Marco will understand what I'm saying. Everything is well taken care of, and he is likely going to be at State Lodge. He knows what I'm saying. He can even spend 2 days, 3 days before getting back to Nairobi, because Homabay is just like a second home politically or academically. We have very good relatives around, and we have also all sorts of things that can be taken care of, be it transportation locally, transportation, accommodation. You can even spend the whole month, but anyway, people must get back to work. So thank you so much, our good friend, and we appreciate, because this is the first time you have gone with us. You have always been good for us, and not only supporting us logistically, but also when it comes to the issue of viewing, and also the issue of our advertising, and also promoting us in terms of comment section, welcoming our new subscribers, welcoming our new viewers. It has always been a good work, because you understand, most of us, we have different roles. Like even for people to come live, it's not very easy. Sometimes it requires a lot of logistics. They have said we are in different locations, but we ensure that there is somebody who must make sure that is up to date. You make the podcast, you ensure that you update the time, you look at the topic, you engage vigorously. Someone also must prepare earlier. You are a little bit of research, because you can't come live empty. You understand, we have different viewers, diverse viewers, those who are learned, those who are not learned, those who need civic education, those who are exposed beyond you, the age limit, those who are older than you, younger than you, so different perspective, different race, different nation. So balancing is not very easy. So you must also, it has been always, it is for it to come out clearly, there must be a very homework we are doing behind the curtain. So it's always good, because anytime you come in, you make it very easy for us, and also you keep us going. And also our viewers who have been consistent with the comment section, who have been consistent viewing, because without you coming, then we have no channel. It is a two-way traffic, the panelists and the viewers. That's when you can have a channel. But all in all, we wish you all the best, and we will brief you tomorrow after we have done. I think we'll have a show late. I think by 10, when after we are done, or maybe if we are exhausted, we might have it on Monday. But Makobura, see you tomorrow. Our viewers, bye bye.
Okay, thank you.
Mtuletee habari, kwa sababu sasa unajua nyinyi wote wawili mtakuwa mko ground.
Yeah, we will. Of course, we will. We will ensure that we do what is necessary in terms of giving feedback, and of course engaging the locals to get to understand what they think about the whole thing.
All right, thank you so much, my brothers.
Okay, thank you so much. I also want to take opportunity to just say a big thank you to Gypsy Corner. I'm very much grateful, and I pray that may God, whom we serve bless you and be with you, and of course with people around you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Na Mungu akubariki. To all our viewers, I want to take this opportunity to also say a big thank you, and especially to those of you who engaged us at the comment section. We really appreciate, and we hope that you'll always be joining and giving us your take in terms of what we are discussing and the topic at hand. I know there are also some viewers who are afraid of writing or maybe giving a comment, but we also acknowledge your presence. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate your time. I mean, finding time to be with us. We don't take it for granted. We really say a big thank you. Thank you so much, Gypsy Corner, once again. And to everyone, this is Brother Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. If you're watching for the first time, kindly just like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll really appreciate. We do have similar conversations every day, and I hope that if you are watching for the first time, you will be joining us as we proceed with the conversation. Thank you so much. May God bless you. I want to take this opportunity to wish you all a blessed night, a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, a blessed evening from wherever you're watching us. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Bye bye.